All right, Chris and I are doing a little farming today, little lake management, and we're going to fertilize the Eagle. The Eagle's a 130-acre lake, and it's just an incredible lake. We lost that lake back in 2015. The dam broke, and we rebuilt the dam, had it rebuilt back in September. We had the spillway built right before Christmas. We had water actually running through that spillway the Wednesday before Christmas. So we went from Mother's Day in May to September, and the lake totally dried up. We lost all the fish, probably, oh, Lord of mercy, $1 million worth of fish anyway. And we rebuilt that dam, built the spillway. By Christmas, the lake was completely rebuilt. We started putting fish back in, put the bass back in, put the bluegill back in, once we started getting water in the lake. Put the bass back in 2016. We're catching a lot of nice fish out of it right now. Not where it was. We'd caught 83,000 fish out of that lake in the 13 years we had it before that dam broke. 83,000 fish. We document that. And, golly, it's hot out here today. And now most of those were recycled fish. You know, we didn't catch 83,000 out. Most of them were simply caught and recycled. What we're going to do is we're going to fertilize the lake today. We only fertilized once this year, which is terrible. We normally start in April and we fertilize once every month. But we just have been so busy and running around with personal appearances and tournaments and all the stuff we've been doing, and we just simply haven't had time. And we put 20 bags of fertilizer in to begin with, and I'm going to put 15 in today. We had the water clarity down about 1.5 feet or so. That's as far down as you can see. Created a real good algae bloom. That's what we're trying to do. But now the water clarity is like 4 foot or something. I mean, it's really getting clear, and it's our fault. Fertilizing is the best thing you can do for a lake. Now, what we're putting in the lake is Sport Max pond fertilizer. This is by Southeastern Pond Management, and it's absolutely the best thing you can do for fertilizer. It's a water-soluble fertilizer. If you notice, it says 10-52-4. That means that it's 10% nitrogen. 10% nitrogen. It is 52% phosphate, and 4% soluble potash. And this is just a great blend to create an algae bloom. And the hardest job in fertilizing is loading and unloading your fertilizer. I mean, that's the biggest part. Everything else is pretty easy. Sweating, my eyes is burning. Man. Yesterday it was 102 here at the Eagle. Today's supposed to be about the same. I saw that the heat index was 112 yesterday. I don't buy that. I was out messing around a lot, and the heat index was 150 at least. It was way more than 112. This is the hardest part of fertilizing right here. It's simply loading it up. And I could drive up on my pallets, but I don't want to drive my mule up here on the pallets and break my pallets up. When we get the big rains, and of course it's July, we don't get much rain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 more to go. When we get the big rains here, that creates a little mud puddle right there. Actually, not only it creates a little mud puddle, but actually water will flow through my barn right here, which is not good. It creates a big mess and dirt, and we have to sweep the water out. I actually had some indoor-outdoor carpet in this barn like I've got in my boat building, and it ruined that pretty quickly. That didn't work. It's great to have that indoor carpet in your boat building and in your barn and your garage, because a lot of work you got to do, you got to lay down on the floor. And it's pretty nice to just lay down wherever you are on indoor-outdoor carpet. We actually had a bunch of that carpet left over from boat shows in Tulsa, and it's only been used a couple, 2, 3 years at boat shows. Not only that, at a boat show, it only gets walked on about 10 days, and that's it. That's a 10-day show. 2 or 3 years, so it's basically brand new carpet. What I got in there now is towards man's 10. Oh, my eyes are burning from sweat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11. And we're going to go down and put one of my tractor boats. I keep it docked. Tractor 175. We're going to go down and put that tractor 175 in the water. It's on boat bed. We'll drive it around, put it up on the bank and load this in the front of that boat. 13, that's not the one I'm looking for. 13 is a pretty lucky number, because that means that. Only have 2 more to go. Now we're gonna go through this whole process of fertilizing. We're gonna do it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 15. All right. That's one of the, God, sweating. It is already in the 90s out here. And it's not early, but it's 11:15. It's already in the 90s, probably pretty close to 100 right now. High humidity. We're supposed to get a break in this in 6 or 7 days. All right, I'm gonna leave my barn open. Let me turn my lights out. I'm gonna leave my barn open. Let the wind blow through here a little bit. All right, let's get that boat in the water. Half of the hard job's done. The other half is putting the fertilizer in the boat. Then we got to put the fertilizer in the water. Simple. Got my scissors to open the bag. Put that tracker down in the water. This boat is filthy. It hasn't been used in a little while. It's been cleaned up. I don't think we've actually fished out of this boat. I have a pair of scissors in here already. Since we put the fertilizer out last time. Got some spiders in there. We'll probably get to kill a few spiders. I hate spiders. Indiana Jones didn't like snakes. I don't like spiders. You see, our problem that we've got is how clear the water is. You see this right here? Yeah, I said 4 foot. That's not 4 foot, but it's probably 3. And that's not what we want. We want it down to about 1.5 feet or so. Foot and a half water clearness. We're going to create an algae bloom. What you do when you fertilize a lake is you're creating an algae bloom, and you're building the food chain up from the bottom up. The plankton, phytoplankton, and it builds all the way up to everything is benefited all the way up to the top of the food chain. The top of the food chain, a largemouth bass. So that's what you're doing when you're fertilizing a lake. It's the very best thing you can do to lakes. Now they make liquid fertilizer. This pond fertilizer that I use from Southeastern Pond Management down in Alabama, it's really good. You know, it's about $1.25 a pound. But you know, for what it does to your lake, it's a bargain. I mean, it's absolutely a bargain. Golly, I hope I don't get spider bit. Spiders in my boat. We spray this with a spider killer, but you know, we don't get them all. The spiders actually transport themselves in the wind. They get up in the wind and they just will blow from place to place to place. And wherever they stop, they have baby spiders. And I don't know much about the sex life of a spider, but I know that I hate them. Lucy, she probably wants to go with me in the boat. I doubt that I can get in the boat and get away without her. If I don't, she'll be swimming out in the lake, coming to it. So I probably will let her get in the boat with me. A Labrador up there. Lucy, you going in the boat, baby? Huh? You going in the boat? She sure acts like she is, don't she? I think she is. She sure acts like she is going in the boat. All right, Lucy. Are you going? You going with me, girl? Might get spider bit in here. You gonna get in the boat? Come on. Come on. Come on, get in here if you're going. Hey, I don't have all day. Come on. Come on, Lucy. Lucy, come on. Come on if you're going. Get in here. Are you going or not? Don't sit there with your tongue out. Her tongue's sticking out because something got a hold of her when she was smaller and broke her nose, and so she has her tongue hanging out about half. Come on, girl. Let's go. Hey, are you going? It's okay. Come on. Come on, Lisa. Let's go. Come on. You getting in the boat or not? You going with Chris? Okay. Don't be trying to swim out to the boat. If you're not going to the boat with me, you stay here. Stay with Chris. You going with me or not? Don't be jumping in the lake. lot of people that come down and fish. Boats get pretty dirty. Of course, anytime you have them sitting in a dock like that, sitting there, the spiders and stuff. I sprayed this dock for the spiders, but it seemed like we get them anyway. They show up. Are you jumping in this boat or not? She's sure wanting to, isn't she? She said, I don't know if I ought to jump in there or not. Well, if you're coming, you better come, because I'm fixing to put all of this in the boat. Once you get all this loaded in here, sometimes it's kind of hard to get the boat off the bank. But we have always managed to get it off of there. I guess we couldn't. We just start throwing fertilizer overboard, huh? What we're going to do anyway. Throw fertilizer overboard. About too late to get in there now, Lucy. About too late, girl. A lot of people won't do this when it's 100 degrees. Some people are smarter than that. But what can I say? Lucy says, I ain't getting in there with all that fertilizer. I'm about to find the bag I'm looking for. Bag number 15 right here. Okay. Now all we're going to do is going to get out there, and Chris is going to dry the boat. Chris is going to dry the boat. I'm going to open the fertilizer and dump it in the lake. That's all there is to it. I mean, that's just how simple it is. It's just a matter of spider webs. It's just a matter of dumping it in. We're going to go over toward the other side. It's a big lake. It's a mile long or so, but we're just going to go over the other side since the wind's blowing this way. We're going to go down through there and just circle around out there in this big flat. We're not even going to go down toward the dam because water's flowing through this lake. So you fertilize, get the algae bloom started up there. It'll cover the entire 130 acres. You can actually dump it in from the bank or off a boat dock, and that works too. I prefer to get it out there up in a big flat like this and let it go ahead and saturate itself throughout the rest of the lake. But this is a very important part of lake management. We use crawfish, we use shad, we use bluegill, we feed our bluegill with South Fresh fish food, and we fertilize. And that's why we've got a really incredibly great lakes to fish in. All right, here's the best part, you know, it's totally water soluble. You see that? When you put it in like that, it's gone. I mean, it dissolves instantly. Go right back here, get you another sack. Real simple deal. Cut the top off of it. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to do if you don't have a deer in the boat. It's actually a lot easier to do if you don't have a deer in the boat. Totally water soluble. Dump it in there. The only equipment needed is a pair of scissors. I like to cut, you know, pretty much the whole top off. See just how easy it is. Yeah, that water's turning cloudy. That just dissolves, turned into just a milky liquid. It's gone. Doesn't take very long to do it. Right out here. Now this will fertilize the whole lake. Fertilize the entire lake. Oh, Lucy, I didn't mean to hit you in the head there, girl. Sorry about that. But you're in the way. She says, I know I am. I'm in the way on purpose. I'm trying to be in the way. That's what I do. I get in the way. But you know that I love Lucy, don't you, huh? You know that I love Lucy. One of the things that will happen when you fertilize the lake is if you've got grass in the lake, which we do, we got coontail moss, we got Illinois pondweed, we got lily pads, we got lots of different types of grass. When you fertilize the lake, what's going to happen at first is your grass is going to really start growing. Like fertilizing your yard. You know, your grass is going to really start growing, and you think, oh my gosh, I've got a grass problem now, but not really, because once you get an algae bloom started, it's going to, once you get an algae bloom started, it's going to dirty up your water. You have dingy water. You want kind of a little bit of a green tint to it. Get a little green tint to your water, and then your visibility will start cutting down. As your visibility cuts down, that sunlight doesn't get to that grass, to the roots of that grass. Your grass will start backing up, and it'll get down to where it's not growing up to the top of the water. It's just down on around the bottom where you need it for your fish. Grass is good. It's not bad. Grass is good. The little fish have got a place to hide when they hatch out. Bluegill, your shad, crawfish, you got a place to hide. You have a lot better reproduction on your fish if you have grass. Actually, you'll have more ducks come to your lake. Everything is better if you got grass in your lake. But you got to control it. I don't believe in controlling chemicals. You can. Better do it. Have a professional do it if you're going to do that. I don't believe in controlling it with. You know, this is just like flying an airplane. Here we're going back into the wind again. That's crazy. Trying to keep the wind from blowing all that powder back in the boat or back on Chris. Chris, I don't want to fertilize her. She's too old, like a baby. I guess that fertilizer goes back on there. You never can tell. About to get it in there, aren't we? Won't you jump out of this boat now? You stay in this boat. Don't even think about jumping there. Now that I get everything done, Lucy, you get back there out of the way. It's not for long. Just like a lamb. She's just like a lamb. She's a Labrador. She likes to get right up here on your feet. You know, I'd be out here with both my lambs and my deer fishing, and they're all right at my feet. Oh, dump it all in the lake. Dump a lot of that in the boat. They're all right up here at my feet, all three of them. I got this boat here's 175, 17.5 foot long. I got a 195. I got a couple of 21-foot Rangers. My labs and my deer are all right up here under my feet when I'm trying to fish. I don't even have a place to stand. Oh, this is sack number 13. Let's see, get off the sack. Lucy, get off of it. She got out on the pier. Uh-oh. Ripping the sack there. She got out on a little pier where I got a water pump earlier, and got out on a pier on the water pump a little bit earlier, and it was slick. She fell down, couldn't get up, got up, fell down 4 or 5 times, scared her to death, scared me, and cut her legs all up. She's actually limping all around. She's okay though. Better than a gunshot, isn't it, baby? We're down to these 2 right here. I don't think you ever have to worry about being shot. That's not going to be your lot in life, is it? I don't really know anything about deer hunting season, did you? Never heard of a deer hunting season. All I've heard is nice people that take care of me. I would be dead right now if y'all just rescued me. Okay, here's the sack you're always looking for. This is the last sack. Just like that, we got the lake fertilized. Simple, easy deal. Southeastern Pond Management out of Auburn, Tennessee. Anywhere you got lakes in the south, they manage about 1,000 private lakes in the south. I've fished several of them. Extremely good fish managers. If you've got a lake that you fish, that you own, if you've got a lake somebody else owns, they allow you to fish in it. They allow you to fish in it. Fertilize that lake. Fertilize that lake. Feed your bluegill. That's some of the things you can do. All right, guys and girls. Lucy and I are going to get out of this 100-degree heat. Oh, baby dog. That's my dear. Yeah, that's my dear. Golly, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much to thousands of you that subscribed to our new YouTube channel that we started back in the end of February. It is so exciting to be doing all these videos for y'all and sharing 75 years of bass fishing knowledge. It's just absolutely a thrill for us to do that. If you're not subscribed to the Jimmy Houston Outdoors YouTube channel, go in there, type in Jimmy Houston Outdoors, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. Pick out 2 or 3 videos that you really like. Send them to 8 or 10 of your friends. Get them on here too, and let's have a lot of fun. The more subscribers we've got, the more videos we can do. See you later, guys and girls.